I'd like to invite our project officer, Irene Sardellitti. So Irene is not the normal project officer. He's a project officer with an AI background. Yeah. So with a PhD in bioengineering, with a postdoc at a robotics institute in Italy, but also with a background on innovation activities. Yeah. Innovation manager, founder of a company, and the last 2 years, project officer. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So welcome, Irene.
Thank you very much.
Irene is going to talk to us about AI made in Europe. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So please. Yes.
Thank you. It's a very difficult task to have a speech now after the previous speech, which was amazing. My best compliment. And thank you for the organizer to having me here today. And I'm very happy to be in Athens, which is one of my favorite cities. Thank you very much. And today I'm going to talk about artificial intelligence made in Europe. Just a short parenthesis. I am a program officer in the Robotics and Artificial Intelligence in the DG Connect that is based in Luxembourg. This is part of a larger directorate, A, that is Artificial Intelligence and Digital Industry, that is based in Brussels. And just to give you a geographical location where we are, what we do. And I start my talk. I always have problems with this. I start my talk showing you what you already know, basically, that artificial intelligence is already in a number of different fields, starting from agriculture for the reduction of pesticides, in the healthcare sector for improving diagnosis. We find artificial intelligence in fields like maintenance and inspections, and more in the field of logistics.
Maybe you should speak more.
Maybe I'm too short, huh? Because it was because of him. Can you hear me? Okay. It's always your fault. And we find artificial intelligence also in the area of the public administration and for citizen engagement, policy and legislation, and for improving operational efficiency. And what we believe is that artificial intelligence is physiologically going in all the sector gradually. And there is a main reason, because it's finally working. As he said before, I'm an engineer and I studied robotics and artificial intelligence and about 10, 15 years ago, and nobody really cared about it. I didn't read any article on newspaper discussing about AI. I didn't have to talk with any politician about robotics. Nobody really was aware of this. But things have changed now, and the reason is that it's finally working. And it's working because we have large volume of data, because we have a number of algorithms that are better than before, and we can do fast parallel computing at low cost. I like to show you this picture that is Rome, my city. And if you compare the performance of the computer image recognition along these years, you can actually see that there has been a large improvement in this technology. And compared to human performance, you can actually see that right now it's working even better what human can perform. Of course, work in progress. We didn't solve all the issues of artificial intelligence. We still need to work a lot. We need to develop new technologies. We need to achieve better results. And for this reason, the Commission started to discuss about this, started to talk about artificial intelligence, and proposing a human-centric approach where AI is at the service of human beings, where AI needs to be built to be secure and ethical from scratch by design. Of course, this raises a lot of challenges. Data, safety, ethics, international competition is not easy, but we also need to consider that Europe has a number of strengths. Excellent research centers, we're leading position in robotics, back to IFR, International Federation of Robotics, in Europe, we have the highest robot density in the manufacturing area. We have 106 units over 10,000 employees, which is a significant numbers. We can access a number of data from the public administration and from the private companies. Moreover, the newly elected Ursula von der Leyen, President of the Commission, mentioned that we need to increase our weight in the digital age. We need to support AI, and yeah, so we are confident that this is not just a trend right now. It will last for the next Commission. I'm here to show you what has been done until now, to give you an overview of the policy and the project that have been done in the area. Starting from 2018, was released the first communication of the Commission that is called Artificial Intelligence for Europe in April 2018. That is very important because for the first time the Commission proposed the strategy on AI, the European strategy on AI, that was actually extended right afterwards through the coordinated plan on artificial intelligence to all member states. At the beginning of 2019, the Commission also published the Building Trust in Human-Centric Artificial Intelligence, who actually welcomed the ethic guidelines that were proposed by the high-level expert group. So in the last 2 years, the Commission has released 3 communications as a reference for you to read and to give you a flavor of what's AI for the Commission. Moreover, there were projects that were granted in the field. And I'm going to talk about all these things around my presentation, step by step. Starting from the Artificial Intelligence for Europe communication that where, as I said, the EU initiative on AI has been presented. What is important here? For the first time, the Commission stated that artificial intelligence is one of the most strategic technologies of the 21st century. And this is really important because before the Commission has never said this. So we need to keep in mind that, starting from 2018, finally the Commission has, has noticed this big trend. And immediately they presented this initiative that stands on 3 pillars. The Commission worked for pillars. So the first pillar is about boosting the EU's technological and industrial capacity. The second one is preparing for socioeconomic changes. And the third one is about ensuring an appropriate ethics and legal framework. With respect to the first pillar, well, boosting AI, what it means, investing in AI. So back to 2016, Europe was not really investing in AI compared to US and compared to Asia. So first of all, the Commission had to boost investment in this area, and what it has been done was that in the last 2 years of this framework program, the Commission has actually improved up to 70% investment on this AI, and what is expected for the next multi-annual financial framework to achieve 20 billion public plus private investment in AI annually. This is in our wish. Moreover, of course, AI is not just investment, it's also an ethical issue. And for this reason, in 2018, the Commission has appointed an high-level expert group. 52 people have been selected to advise the Commission on AI-related challenges and opportunity, and to propose an AI ethics guideline. And this has been done through the help of the European AI Alliance, a stakeholder forum that has been set to collect information about what people think about AI, what they're concerned about. And I actually promote this AI Alliance and ask you to join and to talk with us about this platform. And what happened after a year? Well, this ethics guideline have been proposed to the Commission, and trustworthiness appeared to be the North Star of the AI development. So to accept AI, we need to trust in AI. And to trust in AI, we need to follow these 7 requirements. 7 requirements have been proposed, and there is an assessment list that needs to be followed to achieve these requirements, to achieve the trustworthiness. And the overall framework is under validation through a piloting process that will end the 1st December 2019. And again, I ask you to participate, to give us your opinion. These are critical moments where, you know, we all need to participate because we need to make our voice be heard by the Commission so that we can adjust and steer the policy. As I mentioned before, after the artificial intelligence communication was out, there was another communication, that is the coordinated plan on AI, where what was said by the first communication was just expanded to the member states. The member states on the 10th of April 2018 signed a declaration of cooperation on artificial intelligence when they all agreed about the importance of AI and the importance of an alignment on the subject and an investment on the subject for improving the impact. And this was clearly stated through the coordinated plan to maximize investment, to create a European data space, to improve skills, making public administration front runner in AI, to develop an ethical and trustworthy AI. Just few things. To maximize investment, what was asked by the coordinated plan was actually to have a national AI strategies, and all the member states are moving towards having a national AI strategy. And also in the coordinated plan was said that we need a PPP on AI, a public-private partnership, to discuss about AI at all the levels. And also in this area, we are moving forward. On the 4th of December, on the 4th of December 2018 in Vienna, a memorandum understanding between Robotics, which is the PPP in robotics, and BDVA, that is the big data PPP, has been signed to be the first step towards a PPP that will be enlarged to other parties, and a setup, moreover, a leaders group is setting up to help this PPP to move forward. So we are going through the lines of the coordinated plan to make it happen for real at all the levels. This is just to give you an overview of what has been done through the policies in the last 2 years. But as I said at the beginning, we also granted 2 main projects. One is AI4EU at the beginning, that started at the beginning of 2019, and you know it better than me. But I just want to, give you a flavor of the reasoning behind AI4EU. It was to give a service to the community, to give the community the opportunity to access AI at all the levels. So basically, AI4EU was out of an idea of to have a common platform where to get information on AI, so that we could have a unique platform at European level as a reference. And this was not all the only project we have granted. We also granted a number of digital innovation hubs to help companies in the digital transformation, because we can have a common platform on AI, but if we don't have companies that use digital tools, this is useless. So we wanted to help companies to achieve the digitalizations. And for this reason, we have granted the 5 digital innovation hubs in healthcare, DIH Hero, Trinity and DIH Square are in agile production, RIMA is in manufacturing area, and AgroBoFood is in agri. So these are digital innovation hubs that, as a mission, should be able to give you services to help you to grow your business. And Rodin is taking care of their cooperation and support. And then there is yet another network. This is dihnet.eu. That is actually the one that is taking care of the relationship between this robotics DIH and all the others DIH. If you go in Rodin, or if you just access to the website of this DIH, you can see that all of them will deliver other funding. And you can actually see ongoing funding through these networks for small, medium enterprises. And I would strongly suggest you to have a look and to see if there is something interesting for you to apply for. For those of you that didn't go to the AI Excellence Center platform and application in Helsinki, and I'm really sorry for you, we have been presented the next call for 2020 in this area. One is just closed, 13th of November, towards a vibrant European network of AI Excellence Centers. The other one, it's just opened, Artificial Intelligence on Demand Platform, ICT49. And just few issues. ICT49, it's the aim of this call is to maximize the impact and the use of AI4EU platform through consolidating the ecosystem, through reinforcing the service layer of AI4EU, for achieving a mechanism for long-term sustainability, also enlarging European coverage. 4 proposals will be granted with a budget up to 5 million for a total budget of 20 million. This is not the end. With the end of Horizon 2020, it will not end the interest of the Commission for the artificial intelligence. There will be a new program that is called Digital Europe program starting from 2021, where artificial intelligence has its own budget up to 2.5 billion. But artificial intelligence will also be part of the advanced digital skills within 700 million, and also part of the digital transformation sector with a budget of 1.3 billion. So, yeah. I just want to give you a few lines about the artificial intelligence area. The funding will target proposals for establishing EU-wide common data space, for developing world-class large-scale reference testing and experimentation facilities, for scaling up the common European AI platform. And last but not least, Horizon Europe. This will be more research innovation-oriented program with a budget up to 97.6 billion. Also in this case, within the digital and industry area, with a budget of 15 billion, we will find again artificial intelligence. So lots of things to do for the next multi-annual financial framework. And I just conclude with this slide. The way we approach AI today will define the world we live in, and I thank you for your attention, and I'm here for the questions.
Thank you very much, Irene.
Thank you.
So, more funding then for artificial
Yeah.
So, we have 5 minutes for questions. Yeah, please.
Hi, my name is Shivom Agarwal. I work as head of R&D projects for Euronova. We are a company based in Belgium, in France and Tunisia. My question is related to security. We talked a lot about accountability, liabilities. Even you presented cybersecurity as a separate area compared at parallel to AI in the plan, in the vision. But I also see that AI is posing a lot of risks as well as opportunities for cybersecurity. So you really see, European Commission sees them as separate areas, or there is some overlap in there?
Well, AI, no. Let's say AI is part of our cybersecurity also as a tool. But in the funding structure, they are separated, okay? So for instance, you can see, if you read through the calls, you can actually find cybersecurity inside the call text when relevant for the AI topics. And you will find the same thing in the cybersecurity part. So there is an overlapping, but different calls.
Other questions?
It was very clear.
Yeah, it was very clear. It was very clear. What I would like to stress, it's a remark, okay, and it's related to today's event. You referred to the high-level expert group report on the ethics guidelines. There was also an additional report on policies and investments.
Yes.
And I have to say that in the World Cafe session we will have just after lunch, which is on human-centric AI, This is basically motivated, that session, by the high-level expert group report on ethics guidelines. And the questions that will be raised in this session are directly related to the ethics guidelines. And also, I'm inviting all of you to participate in the World Cafe session and have lively discussions. The results of this discussion will be reported and then will be provided to the high-level expert group through the AI Alliance.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I wanted to stress this. Okay, so there is one more question there, George.
Hi. So thank you for the presentation. I have a question which essentially tries to, so George Giannakopoulos from Demokritos. The question is, how do you envision AI4EU, the project in itself, to function as a catalyst for the EU, but also worldwide in terms of the future of AI? What would you like, let's say, what do you envision that AI4EU would achieve?
Well, I do not have a personal opinion. What I can tell you is what was the idea of the Commission, and then, of course, the approach and the mechanism is left to the grant agreement that Thales and the AI Consortium assigned with the Commission. So the idea of the Commission was to grant a platform. There was one point where to find tools and services for researchers, for SMEs, for public administration, and so on. We wanted to overcome the fragmentation of the AI development, that it's the other side of the diversity of Europe. Europe is wide, is large, is diverse, and everybody does its own things in its own place. And AI4EU wanted to be the project to put everything in common, so that AI had a point of reference. This was the idea. And the project has started in January. It's not even 1 year. It has been progressed quite a lot, and we are all super happy about this because we have at least right now a common platform that will grow and will have for sure a future, because this is in a grant agreement. It will become a foundation, as Patrick has said, and this will be only the beginning, because as you have said, as you have seen also in the DEP, in the Digital Europe program, we have mentioned that there will be a common European platform to grow. So from our side, there is, from the Commission side, there is all the, we are happy to go forward to make it grow. And, but of course, this will stay also in the hand of the consortium that will need to implement the grant agreement as it has been written,
Okay, so let's thank again Irene for her talk.